Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1,000,000 miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, Howe's Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com.
If you depend on a truck to make a living, then American Trucker is for you. Every day, Trucker.com is packed with information you need to keep your truck running and the money rolling. From new products to the latest in regulations, American Trucker has what you need to know. American Trucker staff knows that you are running a small business, and they work hard to bring you news and information that matters. So don't miss American Trucker's free newsletter. Go to Trucker.com. That's Trucker.com and sign up today. Sponsored by Fleet Owner.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President Biden has made it official.
This is not a time to be complacent. That's why I'm running for re-election.
He released a video announcement an hour ago.
Every generation Americans have faced a moment when they have to defend democracy. Stand up for our personal freedom. Stand up for the right to vote and our civil rights. And this is our moment.
The 80-year-old commander-in-chief could face an uphill battle. Correspondent Weijia Jiang is at the White House.
His approval rating has dipped and hasn't really been able to come back up. So I think it will be important for him to hit the campaign trail, but that's a big question. Just how much are we going to see him physically out and about engaging with voters?
His re-election run could set up a rematch with former President Trump, who's also going for a second term. Jury selection begins in New York today in writer E. Jean Carroll's civil suit against Mr. Trump. She claims he raped her in a department store dressing room in the 1990s. CBS's Matt Piper.
Business and entertainment attorney Trey Lovell says jurors may hear that infamous Access Hollywood video of Trump and says the allegations from E. Jean Carroll are not unlike others he's faced.
There's a fair amount of evidence out there of Trump doing a similar thing to other people. We have these other two women, almost the exact same scenario. He approached them, assaulted them, and then made fun of them afterwards.
Mr. Trump denies the claims.
Why would he
Another
have to
crackdown
do
on abortions. CBS's Steve Futterman reports.
Why would he have to do that?
Governor Doug Burgum signed the abortion ban, which is one of the strictest in the nation. No abortions are allowed after 6 weeks, and there are no exceptions. Women who are victims of rape or incest cannot legally end their pregnancies. Opponents of the law say there will be dire consequences for women and girls. Supporters say it protects all human life.
In Montana, 7 people were arrested at the state capitol for interrupting as they protested the silencing of a transgender lawmaker. Zoe Zephyr supporter Katie Spence.
To find out that she's been censured and will likely not be able to speak for the remainder of
Good.
the meeting, which could be 2 more weeks.
Good.
Zephyr hasn't been allowed to speak on the House floor since last Thursday when she tried to debate a proposal that would restrict when children can change names and pronouns they use in school without their parents' consent. The College Board admits it made mistakes in its new advanced placement course on Black Studies, and revisions are on the way. No specifics, but the debate reached a fever pitch when officials in Florida called the course indoctrination and said they would scrap it. It covers the African diaspora, slavery, the Jim Crow South, and the Civil Rights Movement. S&P futures are down 20. This is CBS News.
Streamline how you hire with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
When they're investigating, we can't stop watching. This month on BritBox, sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the detectives. Discover Britain's most bingeable mysteries, including the brand new season of Grace, the hit series based on the books by best-selling author Peter James. Unwind with the detectives you could watch all night long. Stream them all now exclusively on BritBox. Endlessly intriguing. Start your free trial at BritBox.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to GetRefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
Australia comes to a standstill to honor fallen soldiers.
Anzac Day, similar to Veterans Day. We honour all who have served in our name. Most significantly, the two countries fought side by side in 1915 at Gallipoli.
These Australian and New Zealand soldiers left behind a sacred legacy.
Remembrances being held the entire day, lest we forget. Scott Mayman for CBS News, Canberra, Australia.
In Denmark, archaeologists say a young girl found dozens of silver coins believed to be almost 1,000 years old. She was using a metal detector when they turned up in a cornfield near an old Viking castle. She also found 2 pieces of ornately decorated pins used by top society men in Viking Age Ireland. The archaeologists say they will continue digging at that site after the fall harvest. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Hey folks, this is Tammy Burkhalter at Prattville Farm Center, and did you know there's all kind of dogs that we can feed, like leave a dog, hot dog, creepy dog, spin a dog, hunting dog, shaggy dog, lap dog, winter dog, riding dog, hiding dog, puppy dog, standing dog, hat dog, cozy dog, family dog, even a dancing dog, man. So come see us at 1154 South Memorial Drive in Prattville, and we can even feed your kitty cat too.
Chico's Auto Pros is now open to the public. You know Chico's has been serving the river region for over 40 years for all your collision repair needs. Now, their location on Atlanta Highway is a full auto service center, offering collision repair, auto service, and tires in one convenient location. Oil and filters, Chico's knows. Diagnostics, Chico's knows. Belts and hoses, Chico's knows. For all your automotive needs, head to the all-new Chico's Auto Pros on Atlanta Highway and experience what 5-star customer service is all about. 239-9510. Chico's knows.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Since 1969, you've trusted Bill Bradley. When something breaks, call Bill Bradley for plumbing, heating, and air conditioning concerns. Bill Bradley will come fix your home. Call today and tune up your AC for only $74.95. Bill Bradley. All things free. Bill Financial HVAC. Certificate number 844.
Bill Bradley, won't you please? It's my home.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by GetRefunds.com. I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds.
Okay, which one I want to get rid of right now? That right there.
good deal of sunshine on the way for your Tuesday. Temperatures warmer than yesterday. We'll be up in the upper 70s, about 78, 79 degrees with a light wind for tonight. It will be dry down into the 50s. For the day on Wednesday, we'll have partly cloudy skies through the morning, but some scattered random showers and storms for the afternoon and evening. Coverage around 50%, highs around 80. And then rain and storms a good bet Thursday and Thursday night. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seasley for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Tuesday kicks off with no major problems for access. Tri-County area, Clanton, Aubrey, Brigham. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. Keep listening. We will keep you posted. Reinhardt Toyota has the new Toyota you've been waiting for. Trucks are arriving daily. They sell fast. Stop by Reinhardt Toyota on the East Boulevard today. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis here from Happening in the News on this Tuesday. 5 to 6 suspects charged in that deadly shooting in Dayton are scheduled to be in court today. The only one not in court was an unidentified 15-year-old. They're charged with 4 counts of reckless murder right now. Not only arrested the victims who died, now the 32 others injured. Prosecutors will request no bond based on the violent nature of the crime. BNTSB has released a preliminary report on a medical helicopter crash in Shelby County back on April 2nd. It appears that President Joe Biden is interested in seeking another 4 years in the White House. Nothing official yet. The president did tell reporters an announcement on a potential re-election bid is coming, quote, real soon. That's your news on this Tuesday morning. I'm Jed Davis, WSFA 12.
Bank closures, inflation rate hikes, and the roller coaster of the market frighten you as much as it does me? You need to call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick precious metals. That's it. You now own real precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today and learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan at 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Poor Sam's was a mess. Always itching, clicking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOPITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
Won't you believe how happy your dog will be?
I get my Dynamite from DINOPITE.com.
I bet you've heard that popular song, The Future's So Bright, I've Got to Wear Shades. Well, here at Just Blinds in Prattville, the present is so bright your house has got to wear shades. And we have the shades here at Just Blinds. We've got roller shades, bandit shades, honeycomb shades, woven wood shades, fabric Roman shades, and solo shades. Just Blinds in Prattville offers all of our shade options in traditional form or complete with full motorization and smart home capability. Visit our Just Blinds showroom in Prattville or online at gojustblinds.com. Let's keep your house in the shade.
New 23 Chevrolets are arriving at Larry Bucket Chevrolet in Prattville. If you don't see the one you want, it might be on the way. Give us a call at 285-9300 or come see us on Cobb's Ford Road and reserve your new Chevrolet today. And with the 23s arriving, the remaining 22s are priced to sell, and you can sell thousands. As always, we need pre-owned inventory. Stop by for an instant cash offer, whether you are trading or just want to sell. And Larry Bucket Chevrolet, we let the customers do the talking.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's Medishare. Switching to Medishare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial. Ben Shapiro Show. Tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. You need to reset. Refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
If in the garden we decide, hold my hand
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it is another day, one more. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. Time for our Daily Bread. Our Daily Bread today, which is April the 25th, 2023 AD. Today's title is something we all should consider at some point in our lives, and it is Let It Go. Today's scripture insight comes from Romans 13:11 through 14. But 13 and 14 says, do not think about how to gratify the desires of the flesh. You know, we all have a hard time with that sometimes. But again, today's daily bread is let it go. That is our daily bread for this day. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is April the 25th. It is a day like all the other days that has never been. And it shall never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day, and you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you decide to do with this day, April the 25th, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you have lived a while, no doubt, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day, April the 25th, it is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Whatever we do, when we can, while we can, until we can't, reach back once in a while and help somebody else along the way. Sometimes it's just a smile when somebody's having a tough time, but do something to make a difference. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard in which you live life. You should always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you will never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never quit. You never, ever give up. And no matter what happens to you this day, it is still, like all the other days of old, a great day to be alive. Good morning, Montgomery. It's time to rise and shine. Let it go. That's our daily bread for this day, April the 25th.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. I'm Mike Whitmer, and I titled today's devotional, Let It Go. Augustine's autobiographical Confessions describes his long and winding journey to Jesus. On one occasion, he was riding to the palace to give a flattering speech for the emperor. He was fretting over his deceptive applause lines when he noticed a drunken beggar joking and laughing. He realized the drunk already had whatever fleeting happiness Augustine's shifty career might bring, and with much less effort. So Augustine stopped striving for worldly success. But he was still enslaved by lust. He knew he couldn't turn to Jesus without turning from sin, and he still struggled with sexual immorality. So he prayed, "Grant me chastity, but not yet." Augustine stumbled along, torn between salvation and sin, until finally he had had enough. Inspired by others who had turned to Jesus, he opened a Bible to Romans 13, verses 13 through 14. Let us behave decently, not in carousing and drunkenness, not in sexual immorality, Rather, clothe yourselves with the Lord Jesus Christ, and do not think about how to gratify the desires of the flesh. That did it. God used those inspired words to break Augustine's chains of lust and brought him into the kingdom of the Son, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. Colossians 1:13-14. Augustine became a bishop who remained tempted by fame and lust, but he now knew whom to see when he sinned. He turned to Jesus. Have you? Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Romans chapter 13, verses 11-14. And do this, understanding the present time. The hour has already come for you to wake up from your slumber, because our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. The night is nearly over. The day is almost here. So let us put aside the deeds of darkness and put on the armor of light. Let us behave decently, as in the daytime, not in carousing and drunkenness, not in sexual immorality and debauchery, not in dissension and jealousy. Rather, clothe yourselves with the Lord Jesus Christ, and do not think about how to gratify the desires of the flesh. Father, we give you our lives. Let nothing come between us and you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
All right, it's time to rise and shine. Time to get up, time to get moving, and it's time for PT. You know, we got to do this every morning to keep in shape. Let's do it. Let's get it going. To the sun, no sweat, not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knee. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. All the way.
When I was young, I always wanted to be
in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way, airborne, airborne, all the way, driving on, driving on. Driving on. All the way, airborne, airborne, all the way, driving on, driving on.
early one morning in the drizzling rain.
Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with the clearing blow. All the way, airborne, airborne, all the way. Driving on, all the way, airborne, airborne, all the way, driving on. Oh, all the way, rough and tough, airborne, all the way. All right, you know what time it is? Somebody get Sergeant Smith down and tell it's time to do PT. I'm ready for it this morning, though. I had my cup of tea this morning, so I'm good. Let's go. Hard work. Oh. Hard work. All right. Okay, gotta get warmed up. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work. I own my pay. Every day. I get up about 2:45. Oh, and go to pay. Got my tennis shoes on today. Get to work, hard work. That's what they say. Hard work. I do it for play. Come on. All right, come on now. Let's do it. Hard work. Let's go to work. That's what they say. Hard work. I do it for play. Come on. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Come on now. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Every day, hard work, work. Woo! Hard work, work. Oh yeah, hard work, work. On the airplane, in the early morning rain. Oh yeah, that's what they said. Hard work. I do it for play. Come on. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on, Terrence. Hard work, work. Hey, on down. Hard work, work. That's what. Oh, hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. I do it for play. Come on now. Oh, is it over yet? Woo! All right then. That's enough of that one. All I need now is a good cup of cold milk, and I'll be all right. But that's not going to happen right now unless somebody brings me some. Anyway, it's time to rise and shine, people of Montgomery. Now we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America. Because while you slept last night, somebody, somewhere, made sure to the best of their ability that nothing happens to you tonight, at least not from a foreign land. Always give credence and thankfulness for these young men and women who are willing to put it on the line in a world today where that's kind of rare. Good morning to you. To my friends down at Fort Benning, Georgia this morning. We found we got some listeners down there. Outstanding. And for all those who want to be airborne trooper like me and the rest of my friends who soldiers of the sky, hey, be brave, be tough, don't ever quit. Because quitters don't win. And winners, they may fail at a thing or two, but they don't quit. Good morning to you. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. And also give homage to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. This is, after all, an Air Force town. And good morning to those guys, to the Command Sergeant Major out there. They don't call them that. They call them something else. I don't know what the hell they call them. But we're just going to call them Eli. Okay? Good morning to them. And to all the young airmen who come from all over the world to learn from America's best. I like to call them our top guns. You saw some the other day when they left Maxwell in those F-16s. I tried to hop a ride, but they told me they wasn't coming back, so I had to stay. Also, our local heroes, to our local sanitation department, the young men and women who get up every morning and make sure that this city tries to stay clean. I had to slap somebody yesterday throwing something on the ground, right in front of the Clean City Commission member. Come on now. I like to knock them out, but I made him pick it up. That's right. He's like 6'3", 235 smacking pounds, but I wouldn't be moved. I said, if you don't pick that up off the ground right now, I'm going to put this left foot in your right eye. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Picked it up, too. Had my hand in my pocket all the time like I had something in it. Fooled him. Anyway, also, good morning to the Montgomery Sheriff Department, Montgomery Police Department, Dale Albert and his crew, and along with the Derek Cunningham and his crew. Did I forget anybody else? Aaliyah, good morning. And to the Alabama National Guard, be it Air Force or Army. We appreciate those guys. And to General Gordon, who is the AG for the Alabama National Guard. Saw her out there the other day. Saw her somewhere the other day. Yeah, she wanted my autograph, but I couldn't give it to her. I was in a hurry. Anyway, good morning to you, General. And to the Sergeant Major Rasmussen of the Alabama National Guard. Hey, if I'm going to kiss up, I'm going to kiss up to the NCOs, okay, not the officers. I'm just saying. I leave anybody out? Oh, the maintenance department. Good morning, guys. Y'all could call in the show one of these days and say hi to me. Let me know that I'm always thinking about you every morning. I mean, come on now. Show a brother some respect. I'm just saying. Okay, good. I'm always looking out for my guys out there in the big orange trucks and all that stuff. They'll never call in and say hi. all these years. They don't give a brother no respect. You don't know when the last day I'm gonna be here. Then when I guarantee you, when I leave this place, nobody's gonna get up every morning and say good morning to the sanitation department except me, because I feel you. I know what it's like to get up every morning. You know, being in food service in the Army, I listen, I had to get every, sometimes I went to bed at 2 o'clock, got up at 4. Hey, that's just the way it was. That's just the way it went. Then I had to go out and get on them airplanes, jump out them birds, and be a regular soldier too. So, you know, it's tough, but somebody has to do it, baby. Might as well be me. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope you enjoyed our Daily Bread today. You know, our Daily Bread today was an interesting title, Let It Go. That is something that human beings, even myself, have a hard time doing sometimes. But sometimes you just got to let it go. Anyway, good morning to you. 6:29 in the morning. Don't forget, coming up next is Lessons of Life and the Word of the Day and some of the things that happen on this day in different parts of the world. What is history? History is everything every man, woman, and child has ever felt, seen, or done. You can't tell all the history. You can only tell a little bit of it. But when you tell it right. Oh, yeah, did you hear the good news? Did you hear the good news? Don Lemon is canned. That's right, from CNN. Yes. Now, the bad news is that they took my man, Fox took my man off the air. So now I got to find out where he's going to be. I love me some Tucker Carlson. Okay, I mean, Rick, he tells the truth. Okay, most of the time. We'll be back after this.
Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Stop going it alone for recruiting and staffing. Choose a local expert. Hiring is about getting to know people, not algorithms. So let the team at Express Employment Professionals hire for you. Visit ExpressPros.com to find the office near you.
A good deal of sunshine on the way for your Tuesday. Temperatures warmer than yesterday. We'll be up in the upper 70s, about 78, 79 degrees with a light wind for tonight. It will be dry down into the 50s. For the day on Wednesday, we'll have partly cloudy skies through the morning, but some scattered random showers and storms for the afternoon and evening. Coverage around 50%, highs around 80. And then rain and storms a good bet Thursday and Thursday night. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. Good news continues. No major problems or accidents. Interstate system's moving smoothly. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Registration for summer classes going on now in Trenton State. Scholarships are available. Trenton State, today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
As esports organizations continue to change hands, the next victim might have been found. Version 1, a younger esports brand who has found great success, has announced that they're looking into a merger with an unnamed organization. If this merger were to go through, Version 1 would sell their incredibly popular Call of Duty League team, the Minnesota Rocker. With potential game-changing moves just on the horizon, who do you hope grabs the Rocker?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Inflation is sky high. Banks are failing, and nobody will bail out the little guy. You need to protect your family and your portfolio. If you've been on the fence about buying gold and silver, now is the time to make the call. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. Call Oxford Gold right now and ask about bonus opportunities you may be eligible for. Call 833-899-GOLD. 833-899-GOLD.
Trustworthy, consistent, reliable, the best at what they do. This is what customers are saying about Janny King, the king of clean. From office buildings to schools, healthcare facilities, and stadiums, our local franchise owners provide the same quality clean at every level. Let us put our 35 years of experience to work for you. Go to JannyKingCleans.com now. That's JANIKING Cleans.com. Franchise opportunities also available at JannyKingCleans.com.
If you own a small to medium-sized business that kept employees on payroll through COVID, you may have a big cash refund waiting for you.
Yeah, I know. I know you got canned too.
Per employee. And now, more businesses than ever qualify. The experts at RefundsPro.com specialize in cutting through the red tape of qualifying for this government program. Most of their refunds are over $100,000. Even businesses that have received PPP funds may be eligible. And there are absolutely no fees unless you receive a refund. So there's no reason not to apply. If your business experienced shutdowns, limited capacity, supply chain challenges, or reduced revenue due to COVID, you likely qualify. RefundsPro.com has already helped hundreds of businesses. So don't lose the refund you're owed by missing the deadline. Get started today with a free 5-minute questionnaire at RefundsPro.com. That's refunds with an S, pro.com.
I'm Martin Host, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I told you about how your nose is the body's air filter. This Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus.
Dirty clean, nothing not clean.
What did other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. We have over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. 6:37 in the morning. If you have to be there by 7 o'clock, you got about 23 minutes by which to arrive there. You know, Robert Charles used to always tell me, give the time on the radio, because that's what people listen. They want to know what time it is. When they wake up in the morning, they want to know what time is it. So right now it's 6:37 a.m. on this side of the equator, or whatever that international dateline thing is. You know, I remember I went across that thing one time. Yeah, on a Navy ship. I didn't feel no different, you know, but you know, they said we gained the day back, so I said okay then. So I could mess up twice in one day. Anyway, good morning to you. How's everybody doing this morning? But before I get to all the rest of that stuff out there, I got to get to this. Where's my paper right here? There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is my lessons of life moment. These are the things you learn by living. You can't learn it. You cannot learn some things in life by listening to anybody. You have got to go through it. You got to go through some things. Like in the Bible says, in church say, you know, if you don't have a test, you don't have a testimony. Well, this is the testimonies of life. These are things that we know about because we went through some things. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. Anyway, good morning to you. 6:38 in the morning. If you got to be there by 7 o'clock, you got 22 minutes by which to arrive. Okay, the word of the day. Now, you are going to get a lot of this year. In the next few months, you are going to be getting a lot of this from politicians because they're going to swear up and down. They all got the plan. They all got the plan. Okay, that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna. So the word of the day is Gable. Gable. It is pronounced garble. Okay, and what does it mean? Well, it means to alter or distort as to create a wrong impression or change the meaning. Now you probably there's another profession that pretty much does that, students, called the legal profession. Okay, because they try to alter or distort as to create the wrong impression or change the meaning. You ever notice about law stuff? When you figure out what they mean, you can go to the library, like Clinton. It depends on what is. Now, when I first heard that stupid statement, I said, well, what do you mean? But he was right. It depends on what is. See, that's garble. So that's a new language in the American lexicon. We know that gay means happy, but now for the last few years it's meant something else. Okay, we know that horse is not just horse. I mean, you could be a horse in the voice, or you could have a horse on 4 legs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it depends on what is. So garble means to alter or distort as to create a wrong impression or change the meaning. So remember that as the politicians come out in the next couple of months to tell you, vote for me, I'll set you free, and all the rest of that good crap they're always telling us anyway. All right? So that's cool. Garble, G-A-R-B-L-E. One more meaning. It means to alter or to distort as to create the wrong impression or change the meaning. That's the word of the day here on Decisions with Me. All right, now, what is the lesson of life today? Now, this is going to be an interesting one because I don't think we think about this too often. Now, I didn't really come up with this one. I mean, I wrote it, but I didn't. The philosophy behind this, the thinking behind this was not my own. But I listened to it enough and I thought about it for a second. You know what? I need to put this in some words here, so people can understand what's going on. So I did. So last night, as I sat there cogitating into my computer, I came up with this. Okay. Again, the concept is not mine, but it is a righteous, I think it is a righteous understanding of the concept. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. The truth is, if mountains were smooth, there would be no way to climb it. Now think about that for a second. We complain about the mountain, but you could not climb a smooth mountain. So I must tell you, sometimes in our lives, we won't realize it until later on, but we must thank God for the rough spots in our lives. Because if we didn't have those rough spots in our lives, there would be nothing to get over. There would be nothing that would give us strength. So like we say, it is not the failing, it is not the falling down that gives you strength. It is getting up every time you do, but you have to have something to hold you up, to get you up. So the truth is, if mountains were smooth, if life was just one big happy thing, you never had any tough times. My son lifted them weights up, right? He lifted them weights up, and okay, I said, yeah, boy, I hear you. Both of them. Both of them are going to lift those weights. I said, okay, what I need to lift them weights for? Because if you don't have any weight, you'll never build strength. Okay, so the truth is, if mountains were smooth, there would be no way to climb it. Thank God for some of the rough spots in our lives, because you'll need to refer to them sometimes. That is the lesson of life for this morning. It is April the 25th. That's right. On this day in 1945, during the Second World War, the U.S. and Soviet forces linked up on the Elbe River, a meeting that dramatized the collapse of Nazi Germany's defenses. It was 404 BC. I don't know how they came up with 404 BC, but hey, that's what they said. I can understand AD. I don't really understand BC, but hey, they do. The Philippian war ended at Athens. They surrendered to Sparta. In 1507, a world map produced by German cartographer Martin Wassermüller contained the first recorded use of the term America in honor of the Italian navigator Amerigo Vespucci, whatever his name was. In 1859, ground was broken for the Suez Canal. In 1862, during the Civil War, a Union fleet commanded by Flag Officer David G. Farragut captured the city of New Orleans. I bet he wanted to give it back during the first rainstorm. 1898, the United States Congress declared war on Spain. The 10-week conflict resulted in an American victory. Not really. Everybody just moving over here now. 1901, New York Governor Benjamin Barker Odell Jr. signed an automobile registration bill which imposed a 15-mile-per-hour speed limit on the highways. And I guarantee you, even at 15 miles per hour, they all had some accidents then too. I'm sure they did. In 1915, during World War I, Allied soldiers invaded Gallipoli, however you pronounce that, peninsula in an unsuccessful attempt to take Ottoman Empire, take it out of the war. 1945, on this day, delegates from some 50 countries gathered in San Francisco to organize the United Nations. We've been screwed ever since, just about. 1990, the Hubble Space Telescope, which I must admit is one of the greatest things that Americans come up with, was deployed in orbit from the Space Shuttle Discovery. It was later discovered that the telescope's primary mirror was flawed, requiring the installation of corrective components to achieve optimal focus. In 1992, Islamic forces in Afghanistan took control of the capital of Kabul, following the collapse of the communist government. In 2002, Lisa Left Eye Lopes of the Grammy Award-winning trio TLC died in an SUV crash in Honduras. She was 30 years old. In 2019, Vice President Joseph Biden entered the Democratic presidential race, declaring the fight against Donald Trump was the battle of the soul of the nation. Yeah, because yours already been sold. We don't leave that alone. And it was about 10 years ago that the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in Arizona's tough immigration law. A divided court later threw out major parts of the law. That's because they all got jobs. 5 years ago, a federal judge blocked President Donald Trump's attempt to withhold funding from Sanctuary City, but did not cooperate with the U.S. would not cooperate with the U.S. immigration officials, saying that the president had no authority to attach new conditions to federal spending. Ivanka Trump drew groans and hisses from an audience in Berlin while defending her father's attitude toward women, but brushed the negative reaction aside as politics during her first overseas trip as a White House advisor. I don't know. He's married a few of them, so you must like him. 1 year ago, America's top general in Afghanistan, or 2 years, wherever it was, said the U.S. military had begun closing down operations 2 years ago in the country now that Afghanistan security forces must be ready to take over. And some birthdays today, just in case you want to know, it is Al Pacino. It's 82 years old. Okay, right on for him. Rock musician Stu Cook of Creed's Clearwater Revival is 77. And those are the only ones I know in this whole thing here, because the rest of these guys are kind of young, so I don't know who they are. Rock musician Eric Avery, the country band Rory Freak, whatever, Joey and Roy is 57. TV personality Jane Clayton is 55. Don't know who that is, but I do know Renee Zellweger is 53. I don't know who she is, but I know the name. Gina Torres is 53. Jason Lee is 52. Actor Jason Wells is 52. Okay, some of these folks, I don't have a clue who they are, but that's okay. That's all righty then. Now, what are some of the national holidays of today? Some of the things that we want to, I'm going to make sure I can get this here in a second here. Some of the things we want to, where'd it go? Where did it go? Is this it right here? Okay. Oh, these are some of the holidays. There we go. For today. I don't really know if you know these. But it is the 25th day of April. It is National Drug Take Back Day. Don't ask me why. National Hug a Plumber Day. Now, I got to tell you something. There are many people you'll meet in life, but there are very few people that when you need them, you need them. And you might want to hug a brother. He'll come back next time you call, and that's a plumber. Okay? National Telephone Day. Can you imagine a world without telephones? We may be a little bit better off. World Malaria Day. Mosquitoes are the annoying pest in many countries, but in others, a bite can be deadly. Anzac Day. Anzac Day, one of New Zealand's most important and revered national holidays. East meets West Day. Read more about the major events of the Second World War. Freedom Day. That's in Portugal. We ain't gonna worry about that. International Delegates Day. International Financial Independence Awareness Day. I don't know. All this in it. Okay, hey, but here's one of them. Israeli Independence Day. That's right. I'm good for them. License Plates Day. There are 15,000 vehicles in the U.S. when the first license plates was introduced. Believe it or not. So that was like in whatever day that was. Memorial Day in Israel. Let's see, National DNA Day. We all got some. Even the folks that think they're females and they're really not females, they got DNA too, and it'll tell you that all day long. National Hairstylist Appreciation Day. Hey, who don't love their hairstylist? Even when you don't have much hair, my barber, Mike over there, he can make me look good. Okay, even when almost the hair is leaving, he can make a brother look good when I come out of there. I'm just saying. National Library Workers Day. Hey, let's say hi to our library people, because libraries are going to be obsolete pretty soon. So might as well celebrate them while they're there. But we don't really need let's say we got AI, artificial intelligence. We got Google. We got Bing. We got so many things now that can instantaneously tell us what we want to know. The only problem with computer stuff is that to retain it in your mind seems a little bit more difficult. Okay, but here's one: National Lingerie Day. Oh yeah, I like when they made that stuff. Get ready to celebrate the best in lingerie with great information. Well, I'm not going to give you information about it. If you can't figure out what lingerie is right now, you're probably too young anyway. National Pedicure Day. Okay, now me personally, I think a man don't need no pedicure. That's right. We don't need no pedicure. We don't need our toes all colored and clean. Little dirt makes a man a man. Okay, forget all that pedigree, that pedicure crap. Okay, you're gonna be a man, then be a man. Don't worry about the doggone pedicure crap. Okay, men don't need pedicure, and that's what something else a man don't need. Okay, the next time I see a guy sucking on a straw out of a Coke can, right, COKE can, I don't have to go and smack him. Men, and there's three things a man don't do. We don't do pedicures. We don't suck out of a straw to drink a drink. Okay, and we don't carry umbrellas. Okay, that's what men don't do that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm just saying you might want to think about the next time you see a man carrying an umbrella or sucking out of a straw or a Coke can or getting a pet. Tell me I'm going to get a pedicure. Give me a break. Anyway, Parents' Day today. Although I realize that there's some people who, even myself, sometimes have a hard time with the job. Okay. School Bus Drivers Day. Absolutely. How in the hell they can drive these buses with these badass kids on them today? I don't know. There was a lady a couple weeks ago said to hell with it. She got off the bus. She right there in the middle of the freeway, said, not on the side of the road. She parked the bus on the side and said, hell with y'all. Because there's no discipline on the bus. And if you try to discipline some of them kids, the next thing you know, you got the principal calling you in the office. Mrs. Jones said that you hollered at her nice kid. Right, well, you tell Mrs. Jones to come ride that bus. I'm just saying. It is also the Feast of St. Mark in Italy Day. World Penguin Day. When penguins have their baby, y'all know that? When the female actually has the penguin baby, she actually gives it to the man to raise. Did y'all know that? Yeah, it's too damn. It's too cold over there in penguin world to have a baby. No. I'm sorry, we would no, too cold. But they are some of the cutest animals in the world, right? black and white thing there. You know, they're pretty cool. I like penguins. I've never seen one in real life though, but I didn't. Okay, I haven't really missed a whole lot. I see a lot of pictures of them all the time. All right, so that's it. And those are some of the things that happened on this day in history. Again, remember I told you, history is everything every man, woman, and child has ever done. You can never tell it all. You can only tell a part of it, a part of a part of a part of a part. You'll never be able to tell all of history. Okay? So now what else is going on? Well, okay, my good friend Tucker Carlson got let go. Tucker Carlson is still the man. I don't care what anybody says. I'm so glad Don Lemon is gone. I don't know what to do. Okay, I really, really, really am. I got a problem with. I ain't even gonna go there. But anyway, I'm glad. I'm glad he's gone. Now Tucker, I'm gonna have to. We did Tucker the same way we did Bill O'Reilly. You know. Now listen, politicians lie to us all the time, and they get paid for it by getting they get elected. They lie to us all the time. So now, if we're going to go by this standard that they blaming Fox and all these people for, then why don't we go by the same standard with politicians? Seriously. I mean, why don't we just do that? Why don't we fire them? If we find out they lied to us, why can't we just get rid of them? Okay? Remember, there's a guy in New York that lied about everything from, they're not even sure if his real name is his real name. He lied so many times. Okay? I'm just saying, if isn't that freedom of speech? So I'm trying to get this right. So a panhandler has the right to come up to my car when I'm doing nothing but minding my own business and beg me for money. Because the SPLC says they say that's freedom of speech. Well, lying is freedom of speech. Don't y'all think so? I think it is. I mean, you got to be free to lie. So when politicians do it, it's okay. But you let my man Carlton, see, here's the problem though. Now, I must admit, I got a little taste of this back during the pandemic. We were told there were certain things we couldn't say about the pandemic thing. Now, since I like eating, you know, since I like eating and, you know, living inside, I went along with it. Okay, but I didn't agree with it. The problem is, though, when somebody else owns where you work, you do what they say. Now, I don't know if Fox ever told them not to lie, but, you know, I would think I'm Tucker. I think I'll get a counterclaim. You know, I think I'll get a counterclaim because you never said not to lie. Okay, so since you didn't say not to lie, I would assume that see, here's the thing. My personal. Okay, let's take the abortion issue for once. Everybody knows that abortion is wrong. However, I think it is acceptable under certain conditions. I still hate the fact I even think it's acceptable. But if somebody rapes your daughter or your wife, something like that, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, you got to have it. But a lot of people say, well, it's a woman's choice. Okay, maybe, but you know, nobody really asked the child. I mean, but that's a tough one though. You know what I'm saying? But so we agree that it's wrong, but we allow it to go on anyway. Except when it comes to politics in America today. You know, has anybody seen the ice going over free speech now? Really? Has anybody seen the cold wave that's coming against free speech in America? And when we lose our ability to speak free, we have lost our country. Okay? I mean, that's just it. I don't have to agree with what you say, but doggone it, you have a right to say it. So now if it costs your boss $786 million, well, you know, the boss may want to get rid of you, but because they think. But again, when you can stop free speech in a country that made its First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States about free speech, and now we're putting all kind of things over it. Now you got to call people by certain pronoun, even though you know that ain't their pronoun. You know that's not what it is. But anyway, but here's what I want to do. I would love to talk to somebody. Anybody that thinks I would really have a great conversation about that. I mean, who knows? They may change my mind. I doubt it, but they could. Anyway, time's up. I'll be back. Uno momento. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco momento.
Deborah Rodriguez, President Biden willing for it. Correspondent Steve Portman reports. The real picture looks for curious YouTube with viral images of January 6th. Our tells viewers to consider the many images of evidence and they threaten to threaten personal activities. Many groups
issues that include inflation, immigration, foreign policy, crime, and education, and said that it is almost inconceivable that Biden won't even think of running for real life.
CBS News called 86% of them cite his age. Tory said he began to move today in Supertown and Robin former President Trump, directing PT economic skills soy, in the race of the New York City Department Store dressing room in the 90s. She explains, not for yourself, but you're a woman in America, and these were overseas, thousands of Americans and other foreigners are still hoping to escape deadly fighting in Sudan during a shaky 72-hour ceasefire that took effect overnight. Correspondent NTL Tyler about the following deaths.
Across the Sydney's capital.
Happens to Iowa, people who Mississippi racing for the worst flood in 20 years. The entire community and millions of living east and pray to the jets. This is CBS. When they're investigating the transfer ministries, including the brand new season of series and books and author constituents, ongoing with the detectives that can watch all night long. Stream all now exclusively on BritBox. Endlessly intriguing. Start your free trial at BritBox.com.
I'm Gordon Hackler, founder of Innovation Refund. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to GetRefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
More people are choosing smoky over sweet. Americans are now spending more money on weed than they are on chocolate. That's according to a new report from MJ Biz Daily, which shows people spent about $30 billion worth of legal marijuana last year, while only spending about $20 billion on chocolate. And at this rate, experts predict cannabis sales could nearly double over the next 5 years. Right now, weed is legal in more than 20 states and Washington, D.C. It's still illegal at the federal level. Monica Ricks, CBS News. Thursday's the end of the road for James Corden on CBS's Late Late Show. Adele hopped in for his last carpool karaoke.
Very close to that car.
Is that how I normally drive?
I know. You just give yourself a bit of a leeway.
Also, the precious car though I'm driving, and also I know that if I crash, I'll keep it in the front headed.
Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter.
Come on in there. You just gotta stand at your desk all day.
It's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
When your business information is missing or inconsistent across the internet, search engines won't find you, and customers won't either. Help ensure customers see you and not your competitors. Boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
I'm Martin Hook, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air. Navage's powered suction will help block out allergens, viruses, mucus, germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, after walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air I can finally breathe through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer. Unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and on Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Please help you start.
No matter where you live, what you make, who you voted for, there are some things that will impact all of us soon. Whether you're concerned about the alarming increase in man-made disasters, financial institutions collapsing, or worsening food shortages, Americans are preparing in numbers not seen since World War II. What's changed is how we prepare. The folks at My Patriot Supply have made it easier than ever for you to have peace of mind, knowing you're ready for what's next. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and stock up on over a dozen emergency food kits. These include tasty breakfasts, lunches, dinners, drinks, fruit, veggies, meat, and snacks, averaging over 2,000 calories per day. At least one kit per person. You want to know calories equals energy equals survival. My Patriot Supply food kits are in stock and shipped discreetly. We've seen too many Americans let down by institutions we used to trust. Time to rely on ourselves. MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com. Another Guardian Credit Union story.
Hey, are we coming the same as usual?
Yeah,
How's your baby girl doing?
she's great, but with 3 kids, you really need more space.
You should check out Guardian Credit. We got a home at 89th Place. We have low rent.
Really?
Yeah, my mom got a Guardian home loan to buy her house. They refinanced too.
Thanks. I'll check them out.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
All right, something coming up at the bottom of the hour. We are going to announce to you some of the new Cumulus, Listeners' Choice Awards. Coming up at 7:30. Yeah, we did this whole thing about who's the best this and who's the best that, and you know what? Congratulations to all the Listeners' Choice Award winners. We'll tell you who they are, at least some of who they are, come around 7:30 this morning. So stay tuned, and your business or your individual person, they have made the list. You can go to our website, newsradio1440.com, and you can see who are some of the people are, okay, like in automotive, entertainment, family and pets, farm and outdoor, food, of course, health, home, and a plethora of other things. interior home improvement, things of that nature, legal, financial. But a lot of folks out there, retail. So I'm just telling you, come up at 7:30. You find out who some of those people are. And thank you all of our listeners for participating in the Listener's Choice Award this year. Appreciate it. Well, it seems that a lot of people. The question is, who could beat him? And the likely candidates who probably should give him a good run for his money have already said that they're not running. So, you know, okay, here's the question I got to ask. Here's the question I would ask people this morning. Have we seen, is Thomas Strange the last white guy that's the mayor of the city of Memphis? Now, let me ask you something. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I would think that we have progress enough beyond the color barrier to look out at the individual who's running for mayor as opposed to the color as a consideration. So I wonder, and does color really matter? I think culture matters. I don't think color matters. I think so. I mean, if you have somebody that's the mayor that came up in the city of Montgomery that, you know, that's seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know, they will probably have the attitude of Montgomery or any other city, whether in Cleveland, Ohio, Seattle, Washington, Tacoma, wherever, you know, they would probably have a better understanding of the culture. But that doesn't necessarily make you a great governor, I mean, a great mayor, because you have lived in your whole life or not lived here, you know, some of your life. That's interesting. But there are people out there that are, you know, I get, you know, I get calls periodically, who I think would be able to. And actually, right now, I can't really. I mean, I can't. I really can't think of anybody. Well, I got one or two people that I think that could possibly. But who, if you could vote for, if you don't like that current mayor, and I really don't have a problem with it. I mean, I don't really care much about this. I can't do that with Panhandle. But you know, other than that, though, I don't really have a problem with it at all. Panhandle, I don't like that. But I'm not blaming him for folks killing each other. You know, but I do think he's kind of soft. He comes across as a little soft. You know, I think he needs to be like an English farmer. You know, be willing to put a boot in somebody's butt if you had to do it personally. Oh, you almost did that too. Okay, good. Let me take that back. But anyway, it's an interesting situation you have in Montgomery right now. We got a guy running for mayor, and everybody else scared to him. Wait, yeah, Elvis? Come on, man. I've heard some names, but I haven't heard a name that legitimately would give the mayor competition. Not yet, because he ran through all of them names before. Okay, without a problem, and now he has a record. So what's the thing? You know, I'm gonna give the mayor 7.5. You know, nobody's perfect. You know, but he did come in during a pandemic, and you know, he's not doing too bad. But I do have one problem with most black politicians in the state of Alabama. Not just America, but in the House of Representatives too. I just got one, and if we can get past that, I think we'll be all right. 860-1440 is the number, 714 in the morning. Good morning, who's this? Yes. Talk show host is like everybody else. You know, we all lie. Well, Ed, have you ever told a lie? Okay, so you're a liar. So you're a liar too. Okay then. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, okay, I repented too. I don't like telling lies, but every once in a while they necessary. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. All right. Mm-hmm. No, they don't. Okay. Well, that teaching starts at your home. I wouldn't get my learning from a radio show. Hmm. 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 Yeah, okay. All right, then, Mr. Ed. Always good to talk to you. All right. Always good to talk to you. 4 years ago in Montgomery, we just, I don't know, I'm not going to offend anybody, but 4 years ago, the city of Montgomery had about 459 officers, police officers. Today, we are down to, this is what we are down to today. We're down to around 350. So that's what they say. How much of that can be attributed to any mayor, not just ours, but any mayor? I would imagine, I think the politics of policing have changed to the point, but can we blame our current mayor for the low morale of the police department, things of that nature? Can we blame our current mayor that we can't fill those ranks of police officers? Um, you know, I don't, I don't, I don't know. I don't know if that's I don't know if you can blame the mayor for the political climate that we live in to this country, where people don't want to be policemen. But is he, in fact, um, as a mayor, responsible for that? I don't know. Come on, who's this? Yes. Come on. Mm. I mean, when you get shot once or 80 times, you're still dead. Well, don't be a crook and you won't get shot at. Why did they? Wait. Why did they want? Okay, but listen. Then don't run. Don't flee. Don't flee. Run. I mean, sit there. I'm sorry, that wouldn't be me. No. We weren't taught to do that. No. Yeah. I think that's a good question. I think that's good for those who don't. Well, that's what I got listeners for. Hmm. All right, appreciate it. Listen, I think that's a great question. What has he done so bad that you would not vote for him again? Good morning. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. But I do believe culture uh, makes a difference in governance. I do believe that what you came up in the thought processes that you have been under will make a difference in the attitude of a mayor more than color. But the culture by which you're, in other words, I had a guy from China who's been here 2 years, and now he's the mayor of the city of Montgomery. Uh, his leadership, his leadership philosophy won't be anything that we are accustomed to. So, mhm, mhm. Well, and it wouldn't, but you would still have the cultural thing that at some point would be magnified because it's from a different world. It's from a different a landscape. So I'm not saying they couldn't leave. And if he's been here 5, 10 years, then okay, we can talk because he has learned us, the American. He has learned us. But to bring him over and make him mayor, no, that wouldn't work. That dog won't help. Yeah, right. But and I hate, but now our police chief, I mean our sheriff department, I mean, they got the sheriff now, and the assistant deputy sheriff used to work for the Montgomery Police Department. No, one's white, one's black. You know, Kevin Murphy's white. Right. Right. Yeah. Well, why did, okay, and I asked you the question, why did the guy leave the Green Bay Packers and go to the Jets? You know, it's all football. So why did he leave? Why did Aaron Rodgers leave and go to the Jets? Mm, mm. All right, appreciate it. In there somewhere lies the answer. There's some truth to that. We got to take a break. We'll be back. 860-1440. I'm just talking about local politics and the things I have been witness to in the secret room meetings. You know, I'm just saying, I get invited to this so we get my perspective. But, yeah, I'm just saying. I can tell you where they are, but then I have to hurt you. I'm just saying, yeah, I'm in that back room. We'll be back.
The thought of my sons growing up in mountain. I talked to my doctors and then I feel like figure out cholesterol and lighting. Staying away from alcohol is first quitting this key. And something each time. Do whatever it takes. No matter how many times it takes. We did it for you. This is a message from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
High school sports help fight teen obesity and substance abuse.
Here's number 4.
High school sports provide awesome constructive after-school activities, perfect for today's families.
And number 5.
And high school sports are safer than ever before. Injury surveillance and research, better equipped, and the continuing education program, presented by state and national athletic associations, have made high school sports safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association. LDS started in a 9-minute lead live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Good afternoon. Okay, I went out in the hallway to try to get my steps in, so sorry about that. A little dead air there. It's 7:34 in the morning. Our numbers are 860-1440. If you want to, are we holding, here's a question. Are we holding Mayor Reed to a different standard than all the other mayors of the city of Montgomery? That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. Good morning, who's this? Good morning. Hello. Yes, ma'am. Uh-huh. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Well, that is, okay. Okay. Well, that is good to hear. We always hear all the time bad news. It's good to hear something good. Yes, yes, we do. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Nancy. And so I guess you guys are feeling better now? Okay. 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 Okay then. All right. Appreciate it. Now y'all notice that I didn't That's the name of the restaurant. So, I'm going to investigate their own thing there and fix whatever issues they may have, because everybody's entitled to I guess, make a mistake. But the mistake didn't necessarily have to be theirs. It could be the people who bring the food to them or whatever the case may be. But let's hope that they figure it out real soon. I, I give one break. It's kind of like the dog bite thing. Everybody gets one free bite. But after that, it becomes patty. 7:37 in the morning. Good morning, on there. Yeah. Because I've been in business a long time, and sometimes things happen and beyond your control, and I want to help businesses out, rather than hurt them. Yeah. But my problem is, if you're off duty, right? If you're off duty, what gives you the authority to write a ticket? Well, the word off duty means something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Right. Well, if that in fact, let me ask you, if that in fact, okay, but if that's a problem, well, how come West Montgomery still hasn't been very much improved either? I mean, well, that's what Todd. That happens to Ponte Roby. I mean, they've been talking about it for years, but it really isn't happening that much. Wait a minute, 30 years I've been here. Okay. Well, no, listen, again, unless somebody. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. I'm not again unless something historic happens or somebody comes on the scene that I just can't live without. I don't see anybody. Right, I'm merely asking the question. I don't see anybody out there that yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, everybody's got their opinion about this, and let's go here. Good morning, Omer. Good morning. Mm-hmm. 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 They are. They are. Right. 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 Okay. Yeah, no, you did. Well, say some of that for say some of that for tomorrow. Yeah, whatever. Okay, next time. Yeah, we can. All right, appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget it is time to announce the 2023 Listeners Choice Awards. You need to go to our website, News Radio 1440, right now and see if your name is on that list. Congratulations to all the listeners, of course, who participated in the Listeners Choice Award. Just to give you some example, in entertainment, Bama Lanes came and got an award. Art, the Queen's Canvas won something. You got Family and Pet, Christian Academy, Auburn University, funeral homes, Leap Memorial Chapel. There's a plethora of these things. Let's go to food, the bars, well, the tipping point, breakfast, the Waffle House, buffet, red little schoolhouse, health, addiction and recovery, a lot of things, apartments, the Bell Loft, wherever they are, concrete and stone, any earned concrete technology. There is a hundreds of them. So you need to go to our website right now and congratulate those folks who participated as the listeners as well as the recipients of the 2023 Listeners Choice Award. That's a lot of too many people for me to. So go to News Radio 1440 and go to our website and see if your special business, the one you love to go to all the time, is a winner. And then if they are, call them up and congratulate them for doing the same thing, for being a winner. Okay, winner, not winter. Not winner. Okay, 2023 Listen to Choice Awards winners are located on our website, newsradio1440.com. All right, we'll be back. Uno momento. Congratulations to all the listeners and the Choice Awards winners. We'll be back.
One-stop shop to deliver a coordinated radio and digital campaign that will get your business results.
Cold water is good. Yes, it is. Yes, it's good.
Services are you paying for? The company use a way to cancel subscription fees. No, you will. Just download the Rocky Money app. Rocky Money organizes your subscriptions by company and notifies new companies coming in. From there, you can have a quick transfer to Instacart and the app. Find out more about Rocky Money at RockyMoney.com/save or download the Rocky Money app.
It's the Billy Bongino Show.
And we are back. 860-1440. You can text me 241-9998. That's 334-241-9998. You can't get in on the line. All right, let's see who's coming up here next. Man, I've been hang up for a while. Good morning. Sorry for the wait. Hello. That's you. You've been waiting a long time. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Man, so is a soldier. I mean, not so is a police, a fireman. I mean, there are a lot of jobs that are dangerous. It's the politics of policing, right? It's the politics of policing, though. Yeah. Well, wait. There's a lady a few weeks ago got shot at working at McDonald's. As a matter of fact, it was a person that worked there that shot at a customer. It's dangerous everywhere right now. Yeah. I mean, driving a car is dangerous, my friend. You can't escape it. You know, there have been talk show hosts who have been killed. It's just every job we do today. It's just even the ladies of the night job is kind of dangerous. And all they do is try to give a brother a little pleasure. And even they get killed. So I guess if we pick our jobs by whether or not they're safe or not, we wouldn't go to work. Good morning. Who's this? 7:52 in the morning. Good morning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, how's he acting? Right. And they run that. You're right. But now, mhm, mhm. Okay. Well, I just listen. I don't mind a good tussle in the city council and the mayor. I don't find anything about that. I think if people are sincere about their things and about their philosophy and about their whatever, I don't care if the mayor and the city council. As a matter of fact, it's good to see sometimes. But but again, I'm just saying I don't have a problem with them disagreeing vehemently sometimes. Sometimes it's needed. Uh, well, sometimes you got to slap people, not literally, but figuratively. Sometimes you got to slap them because that was the military. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, people have a right to their opinion, right? People have a right to their opinion, but I don't think getting the tough with the city council. It's good to see the political. I like to see the ruckus sometimes. I like people fighting for what they believe. Yeah, I mean, order's good. All right, all right. Everybody got their own personal opinion. I appreciate it. Let me take this call. Good morning. Who's this? 7:56 in the morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can't hear you. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, I can hear you fine. Mhm. Mm. Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, I hear you. I know that. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I understand. Appreciate it. Gotta take a break. We'll come back. TD's gonna be here with me. That's right. He got some. He got some something he wants to leave with you this week. No.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President Biden is going for 4 more years. He officially announced his run for re-election in a video this morning. I ran for president 4 years ago. I should have been about for the show. And still, the question of future is running in the years ahead. And I'm not sure what's true. No here to prove. White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy has reaction. Currently age 80, Joe Biden is the oldest man to serve as president and will be 86 by the end of the second term. A new CBS News poll shows a majority of Democratic-leaning voters believe Mr. Biden should run again, though 45% say he shouldn't. Asked how they feel about a re-election effort, just over half of those inclined to support a Democratic ticket say they feel accepting of this one. Just 28% say they're confident. Even fewer, 22%, say they're excited. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum has signed a law that bans almost all abortions in the state. They would only be permitted in the first 6 weeks of pregnancy in cases of rape, incest, and medical emergencies. I don't really have a problem with that. Even though I think that the governor will come up with kind of law that
I don't want
people getting pregnant and think that an abortion
7 people were arrested
is
at Montana
birth
State
control.
Capitol for interrupting as they
But if
protested.
you get raped by somebody like that, I cannot see that make anybody make you have a baby. If you're out there with your legs wide open, like, come on in, that's something different. But
Yes, on these amendments. I hope the next time there's an invocation, when you bow your heads in prayer, you see the blood on your hands.
The ban passed.
Joey,
Republican leadership demanded to apologize.
It's the state's first lawmaker. Oklahoma's new attorney general is making the move asking the recommend clemency for death inmates. Rollins says he has serious concerns about the fairness of Richard Roth's he should step down at the hotel where he worked in 1997. Most prominent voices on the right, Tucker Carlson, will be looking for new work soon after he's been fired from Fox.
I'm gonna find. I ain't gonna never watch this pop anymore.
You'll have a difficult time finding
I'm going with Ron. Now, I was glad he gone. I'm glad he. That's one of the most arrogant little twerks I've ever seen. I thought I was the only one that thought that he's arrogant, narcissistic, and he. I mean, I've never seen anybody to think they're somebody. Well, they showed him they ain't nobody. Like talk to the president. I know when he talked to the congressional people, he's somebody. If somebody else is signing your check, you ain't that important. If you signing the check, you're the important one. Is that important? I love me some Tucker Carlson, man. What you think? I mean, here's my problem with them. If it is perceived that you cost your boss $786 million, then I guess I can take it into too. But freedom of speech ain't free anymore. And that's a dangerous place to put ourselves in America. I can see the Chico coming over. You're good. That's guys just find out what Tucker is. Americans don't like truth anymore. They just don't like it. They want to hear what they want to hear. They want to hear the truth. The truth is, if you have 15 kids and you work at McDonald's, they will never be taken care of. That's the truth. I mean, if you got to work 2 jobs to make it, that means somewhere along the line you didn't make the right choice. You just didn't do the right thing. And sometimes it works. You really own the song. You say that. Because when you work it late at night, when you go home, you go on the street, you go to sleep. Yeah. All day. And that was part of playing, is that you got exercise, you know yourself out, it was just part of the process. I can't believe that once they go to the gym, he wasn't that much on large, he wasn't that effective on either. I think he was tired of eating. The Raiders needed quarterback. I'm like, most black folks vote Democrat out of tradition. I'm a Raider out of tradition. My mother was a Raider fan. So I love the Raiders, no matter what. And that's the only thing I'm a tradition is on being a Raider fan. And Notre Dame. And Notre Dame. And that's the homeboy. I was home one day, 2017, went out to the University of Notre Dame, worked really tired on the thing. I said, Lord, I've been in the South too long. I said, I come on the University of Notre Dame, touchdown Jesus, and write roll tide on the pole. I said, oh, Lord, let me get back to Alabama. Nuke Rodney, the Air Force season, just Father Hesburgh was just mad. You know?
some decor in there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I do.
I'll bring you a house when you get.
Okay, good,
I'll
good,
when you
good,
get.
good. I've got a 32-inch monitor.
Okay. I'll be on.
Who's that? Melissa from, oh, she the one I just okay.
And we're back. Good morning, everybody. I got a guest, Mr. Former City Council person, Mr. Terrence Dawson. Well, I guess he's going to run again. He just hasn't said it yet. They just want to keep us hanging here, I guess. I don't know. But he.
You know what the watchdog stand for?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, geez. I got the original.
Let me see who's been holding on line for. Good morning. Who's this? Hang on. No, we're trying to hold on for 11 minutes and then hang up. Oh,
you can see they.
I can't see the number, but I can tell on it. Only on one line. And I ain't gonna tell people which line it is. But if I ever have you call it, you know what I'm trying to do. 824-1440 is the number here. We're talking about many things. First of all, we're talking about Terrence, you've been a lifelong Democrat, I presume.
Yes.
Okay, lifelong Democrat.
Most African Americans started off as Republicans until once Lincoln freed the slaves.
Well, Lincoln is
the Roosevelt programs came along in 36.
But why is it that we're the only group of people in 90 percentile vote for one party?
Because we're loyal.
When we're stupid.
We're loyal.
We're stupid. Somebody once said, if everybody's thinking the same, somebody's not thinking at all.
Well, the Democratic principles have always been established where we use government as the instrument.
I think government is using us as an instrument. Besides sending the National Guard into Arkansas, sending the National Guard into Birmingham, tell me what government has done black folks hardly good.
Well, Mitch McConnell said we gave you Obama. I mean,
we have 1%. We have 1% of the wealth in America, and here we are at 2023, almost 2024. We still got 1%. Our education in our city, most democratically led city, the education is absolutely deplorable. Crime is deplorable. They ran by Democrats.
I'm not a product of the reparation, nor am I a product of entitlement. Even during the days I was in college, my mom and dad praised the fact that my last maybe 2.5 years of college, I paid for my own schooling. I had a job, work study. So my last $3 I got food stamps.
If you need them, that's what they told.
$70 for 3 months. Didn't have to eat bologna anymore. They said you're a full-time student.
Yeah.
You got a part-time job.
Yeah.
You're eligible. Right.
That's what it's for the help.
3 months.
Yeah.
So I tried to give this. I started working for the HR. I tried to give them that $210 back. And they said there was no way to accept it.
Let me take this call right quick. Good morning. Who's this? That's Mr. Latham. Good morning. Don't. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Mm. Well, yeah. Mhm. No, that's not quite. You do realize. Wait a minute, hold it. You do realize more white young men have been killed by the police than black. Do you realize that? Okay. Well, but I didn't ask you if you saw it. I asked you, do you know that more white people have been killed by the police than black? I'm asking you, do you know there have been more whites killed by police than black? Oh, okay, okay. There are some white kids that'll tell you that's wrong. If they does, it happens to them too. But for some reason, yes, it does, did it? But for some reason, when white folks get involved with black young men, then it makes the national news. But when a white police officer put a whooping on a white child, it don't make the national news because it does not fit the narrative. I'm not saying whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. More white folks have been killed by police than black. Why would I lie? Why would I lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Seriously, why I gotta lie? Why I gotta lie? It happened to me. Why I gotta lie? It happened to me. I got the beat down of my whole life in Fort Bragg, North Carolina one night, and I'm just going down the road getting stopped by three white officers and get mad at me because my hair wasn't long enough so they can beat me in the face. Trust me, I've been through some of that. Yeah, yeah. Well, first of all, I don't know any European officers. All these officers are American. So I don't know where the European thing comes from. Okay. But again, I'm just telling you that the policemen shot more white kids white folks than they did black folks. And we're you think, oh, let me ask you, I'll ask you the question. Shoot me one time in the head, am I dead? Shoot, shoot, shoot me one time in the head, am I dead? If you shoot me in the center of my head, am I dead? Do you think it matters how many times you get shot at the kill you? Why? I don't care if it exists or not, actually. I don't. I don't. Yeah, yeah. Brother, wait a minute. I fear people who are skin color. Okay? We got the only neighborhoods in this country that are filled with violence. Kids die, kids getting killed in their beds, laying at home in their bed when bullets coming through the wall.
A man was beating his wife in the concert and all of it.
I mean, I mean,
his wife.
you know, we are violent in our own community. Why don't we deal with that? What system makes a bunch of guys come up? Oh, I'm sick of this trying to get conversation.
I'll never embrace it. That's about his wife.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm with you. But there's one way, wait a minute, there's one way to not be in that position. And you know what that way is? Don't break the law. Did I mention your name? Okay, and I understand. You have, but what that listen, I don't know. What did they charge you with? Don't break the law. Again, okay, but wait. You were on paper for some reason. They don't just put you in jail in America. They don't put you in jail in America for absolutely no reason. So, no. That's because they picked you up on something that they say you hadn't come through with. I don't know. I don't want to talk about your particular case, but I don't know why you were there. From what you say, right? But you have a way sometimes of wanting to be a lawyer on the scene when sometimes you ought to just be quiet and do what they say. Wait a minute. I can only tell you. You can say what you want to say, but sometimes I know it costs you. So,
Yeah, we say this summertime favor.
Yeah.
Even Attorney Wesley Pitter say he's willing to come in and sit with you to answer a legal question to the public.
Mm-hmm.
But as it relates to Mayor Stephen Reed,
yeah,
the first black mayor in 200 years, there is going to be growing pains because of the fact that he's black, right?
Or any new mayor.
When I represented both black communities and white communities, where I had Ridgecrest, Hardin State, Normandale, where the communities are totally diverse, you have to basically be able to manage and treat the communities equal. People will say, well, why you gave money to the therapeutic recreation center? Well, why did I renovate Bellingram Community Center? Well, why did you put a sidewalk over here off Narrow Lane? Well, why did I put a restroom on it?
Let me give you that. There was a story about some people in a boat, and Jesus Christ was walking across the water, and somebody looked at Jesus and said, "How come you can't get in the boat like we did?" Okay, everybody's gonna always complain about something.
Yes, well, always remember, Kevin, crazy can be medicated. Ignorance can be educated.
Yeah.
There ain't no cure for stupidity.
Good morning, who's this? Yes.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Right. Okay, explain. Yeah, we went on the same boat. I went on the same boat with the one on now. But every mayor, no matter who it is, whether it's me, you, parents, somebody's going to disagree with us on something that we believe in. Yeah. Yeah, that's hyperbole. He didn't mean it. Yeah, he said it, but Graham.
Let me
Yeah.
just say this. Sometimes, you know, you get frustrated over ignorance. The mayor has a difficult job in the city trying to keep those rich, medium income, and poor people happy. Being a Democrat, and Kevin asked earlier about it, you know, healthcare, civil rights, Social Security, workers' rights, women's rights, they'll always be part of the Democratic agenda.
Well, that's not true.
But yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because no. That's a totally different level of the government. But the thing is, when you're talking about people have rights, and they have state rights, they have federal rights, they have constitutional rights.
Okay, we old enough to know that already. Yeah, we know that.
You know. So what you do when you go in the bathroom and you see a man with a beard, you know, and a mustache coming out the women's restroom, and he says, "This is what our gender. This is what." Well, there are a lot of places outside of Montgomery that there's nothing that you can do about it.
Oh, there's always something you can do about it.
But they not gonna touch it.
You can always do something about it.
Yeah. I won't be. I didn't take a position on that.
We'll take a position now. You run for office anyway. So
No,
you just ain't telling us that. So take a position now. Do you support that?
If someone is gay,
we don't care about gay.
Then that's their problem.
That's the issue.
I don't care what they choose.
But don't tell me that you're a woman. You want to go in the girls' bathroom and you're a guy.
Well, you want to go to Tutwiler to serve your time.
I'm just saying.
You know, with me, unfortunately, I don't have any kids at all.
Well, maybe you should be going to the.
Yeah, I got nieces, nephews. Well, my ex was a lawyer, so I was in this position, that position, policy examiner, and you know.
Listen,
it is. But I can't.
Listen, I went down. Yeah. Right? What?
And what about the minority female that got the contract over at Gateway Park?
Wait a minute. What about when I went down to the city council and told them I was the mayor because I identified the mayor, they kicked me out of the building? Yeah. I have got to take a break, guys. Appreciate it, but I got to go to a break. Yeah. I mean, as soon as he came over that order, I went down and said, listen, I'm the mayor. Said, you're not the mayor, so I should identify as. Just don't get my ass out the building. You know? So I guess identify depending on who you identify as. Yeah, we'll be back.
See, if I make a declaration, you see how fast it can more all come to this.
We're gonna get to the good part here.
Put that Roscoe beat on. Will you play your music on me? Put that Roscoe beat on.
Huh?
Put that Roscoe beat on. You play it in the morning. You said, I feel like Roscoe.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. I said, I did church and everything trying to find that song.
No, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Now, you run Evolves or not? It ain't official. I know you run.
I'm gonna talk about the one thing I'm gonna say that I'm gonna form an exploratory.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know, we just gonna look at. We ain't gonna, you know.
Yeah, I don't think you can be argued though.
You know, see, but I don't like the way she embarrassed the man in the public and talk about him.
What better man?
Stephen Reed.
That's politics.
And she joining.
She got a right to think different.
Yeah, she does the right thing.
I mean, that's
but listen, he's the first one.
I mean, Steve, yeah, but that's but it's not perfect.
Even though Rondé said he won't call him, Rondé said he can't go have a meeting with him. That's the frat brother.
But they talked about Bobby. They talked about
so
Emory.
we just try to work with him.
Right. I think he's doing a decent job. I don't except for that
except
for that non-discrimination ordinance crap. I'm good.
I have not called him.
There's nobody that's
about
running.
anything.
Right. There's nobody that's out there. I know they tried.
Wait a minute, I gotta come home. I be forgetting you on. I be forgetting you on the internet. Oh. Yes, but you know who we thought was going to win?
And that would tear families apart.
Because you know, when they passed the bill, and Montgomery County now, you have to be a royalty collector. That just wiped out a whole.
And I don't disagree. I like the fact that there's an average guy that can get a job where he uses common sense and wisdom and logic. But there's some legal shenanigans that go on that you need a lawyer to maneuver through. So
You know how much money you need to live comfortably. Planners America is here for you. These may feel like scary,
But it's a non-legal position.
So what do? Ancient wisdom says plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. Would you like to have a peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1, find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2, have an actionable plan to get there. Step 3, make sure that plan is executed to take advantage of market gains, but protect you from market losses. We would like to give you a free, no-obligation consultation to help you do all three. We will help you discover your magic number and give you the roadmap to get there. Call now to schedule your free consultation. 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108. 800-508-6108. Don't wait. Call 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
The Jordan B. Peterson podcast with his very special two-part guest, Joe Rogan.
Oftentimes, the last hour of a 3-hour podcast is the best hour. Yeah, well, that intuition was certainly correct.
I don't have your new number.
Part of my revolutionary idea is me being stubborn.
The Jordan B. Peterson podcast and special guest, Joe Rogan. Download it free and easy at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. From the Westwood One Podcast Network.
we need to cut this show down to 2 hours.
He's the voice of the conservative villainy. Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
All right, close that door for me. You know, this song was Mr. Cunningham, not Mr. Cunningham, Mr. Calhoun's Riggs, one of his favorite songs. I was in his house one day, and I found this. I said, "Oh yeah, this is it." I Understood. Mm.
Can't twerk on that one, though.
Huh?
Can't twerk on that one.
Yeah, well, I don't know whoever came up with twerking. That's the dumbest thing you've ever seen. I'm not seeing, and women got their daughters on Facebook twerking. They ain't got nothing to twerk with, but they wasn't having no twerking. And sooner or later, when they get older, they be twerking. Next thing you know, there'll be three of them now. Mama, her, and a little one. Then they go, what did you do?
I make no apologies about it. I'm an IT guy. Yeah, that's what my whole career was. You know, as an analyst and a data processing specialist, data specialist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm logical, I'm methodical, and sometimes, you know, even you would give me the transparency.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I want to make sure that you make your process.
Well, we don't have, this is radio. We can't take you to the whole process.
Yeah, I really like a municipal party, like the American do. I really wish the city had all docket for tickets for someone who had an FTA.
FTA.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know, just have a date that you don't have to be a restaurant. When you go down to the city, you need your report. You say, I'm coming to the party, and you say, let's start running. If you're coming around to get you.
That's sensible, right? Some sensible remedy for something like that. This guy don't know whatever. Come on, who's this? Morning. Well, I mean, what's the relevancy of that question?
Mentally or physically?
What relevancy has that got to having a conversation?
It's money longer. It's money longer.
Wait a minute, I'm not charging you. Wait a minute, I'm not charging you to come on.
You know, they do say that I fully understand. Well, the only stopping is that you have a right to remain silent.
Yeah.
Anything that you say can be used against.
Well, there you go, asking questions that are irrelevant, immaterial, and the rest of that stuff. Now, do you have some questions you want to ask from a philosophical standpoint?
Yes, sir. Well,
there you go.
Because see, in order for you to know. So let me ask you a question. So are you telling me that a man has occupied space in your head for free over 20 years? No,
that's what I said. You worried about that old
you let me occupy space in your head for 20 years? You got to be ridiculous.
No, that wasn't
yeah, but you know,
look here, man. Appreciate the call. Going to another. Good morning, on there. Pretty good.
What's going on, bros? I'm trying to be nice, but they're gonna make the White House come out. Pastor Dwayne.
We won't have that much time, but you know. Yeah. Caller, let me answer your question because I don't have too much time, but let me answer your question. Starting tomorrow, you are the mayor of the city of Montgomery. What you gonna do about crime? No. Hypothetically, you're the mayor. What are you gonna do about crime? No. Why you gonna put me here with the dollar? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, but you still didn't answer my question, though. You answer my question. Let me. Pastor Knight, let me respond to some of you saying. First of all, you know that Judge Hartwick has been very, very hard on people on violent crime. You know there were people that got mad at him for taking a position on one particular case because yet people likely to something that had committed a crime. So even when I yeah, I'm not gonna, bring the family or specifically with the group. Yes, it does exist. It does exist. It's an absolute, but I'm not going to say that. Talk about going to radio. Maybe the guys that I'll tell you out the air. I remember when I was on the city council and we took a position against one of the hotels on Mobile Highway, and I had 1,500 hours of footage, where all kind of people were going over there for services, drugs, sex, and everything else. And I got scolded. I did scolded. So listen, people, it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, even as a council person, prior to being a city councilman, I'm probably one of the last living constables in Montgomery. I rode the street in precinct 4E, I think it's 4E, as a constable in the West of Montgomery. When I got to the city council, I drove my district so much at night that the police knew me, and they knew if there was a crime that took place, I was already on the scene. Listen, I got to take the last break, but I appreciate it. I remember they did away with it. I'm glad they did away with it. We got enough police
But they could serve people. Why pay somebody a $40,000 a year salary when a constable $2 or $3? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, so you could save money.
When you're too cheap.
By doing it. I'm just talking about probable cause, search and seizure. People got to know their rights. And I'm just talking about personal experiences. I'm not giving legal advice.
Okay.
Your internet on too, right? Your Facebook is on, right?
What's that?
Your internet still running on your Facebook. You know, your internet is on the internet, it's
What happens?
At the time, it was a hot because he was school board.
Watch traffic brought to you by
Yeah.
Yes. Most of the
It's always been a fair name. It's been a fair name.
They actually look at me. They actually
I think he tried to do the right thing. Somebody's always going to complain about him. So that's part of the job. I gotta get that. I need a tripod. People can't see me. All they do is see me.
Will survive. Will stop. Free. We should keep the American institution. Not patriots.
Buy this American cotton. Oh, my Chevy through the lemon.
As a student said, I've been divided in your head for 20 years.
How long have you been off city council? You got your name on Gateway Park. You got your name on Gateway Park.
They need to, but 3 councilmen weren't willing to do it.
They name on the door too, and it's
Yeah, but the thing is, they put the current teacher who was there when they finished.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they do. They go back to council members and ask them to put it in place.
Yeah.
They put them on it and then they put the on it. They don't do that here in Montgomery. They just give all the credit to whoever.
Once you go, you're alone.
Yeah. But you will see.
Now, listen, are you running there? Are you exploratory? You've got to learn how to explain things. You don't keep people's attention. I don't care about the nuts and bolts. Don't tell me how a car works. Tell me that it works. I don't care. Our minds ain't that long.
Something like Craig Crawford.
Yeah. Yeah, just tell me if it's working.
But it's all when you've been an analyst 30 years, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I understand, but you want to keep You don't care. We live in a microwave world now, but we may cook with gas every once in a while. But that's all I'm saying.
It's amazing. For this one, I use the device.
See, on this pardon thing, there were a lot of policemen that were carrying weapons their whole career illegally because they had been found guilty of domestic violence in a young age. When they went to apply for a private investigator license, they said you can't. So they have been carrying a weapon their whole career. This will happen even anything with a city when he sued because they were illegally carrying a weapon. But I believe that process should be automatic. The mayor can remit fines to fees.
And we are back. Good morning, everybody. Hope that they find you well. Now, tomorrow, I'm supposed to have tomorrow coming at 7:30 around that time will be David Graham from Veterans Wellness going to come and talk a little bit about some of your ailments. Also, we got at 8 o'clock, Mr. Glenn Pruitt is supposed to be here to talk about his $65 or whatever, $60-something an hour people to write tickets. It may sound good, but I got a problem with the police being used in order to extract cash for the city. I got a problem with that one. I understand the principle behind it, because we're not writing enough tickets. Well, who says you're not writing enough?
I don't think the court should have a line item in the budget.
Yeah, I don't get it. For tickets.
You trying to establish that you have this
Raise
amount
money.
of revenue.
Yeah.
I've always been totally against it, just like I was totally against putting poor people in jail just because they have an inability.
Wait. I'm for putting in the jail.
Well, one of the reasons
It's not about the inability when they have to do the things they got to do.
Not about offensive. What I'm saying
It's still an offense.
and one of the reasons we have Indians coming to America is because of that.
So if I pay my track and I'm broke too, just because you don't have a job and you can't pay yours, and make them work it out. Well, then catch the bus, don't drive the car. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah. Good morning.
Don't look at the federal case, state versus court.
Good morning. Pretty good.
No, I didn't say, believe me, I had a lot of people call me. I had a lot of people talk to me. If Audrey Graham is perceived to be joining forces with the opposition against Stephen Reed, regardless of whether I agree or disagree, that's all right. Mayor Reed, the first black mayor of the city of Montgomery, I probably, would maybe go knock on his door in his office and do like thing for us. This out in front of us, we need to have a talk. I can't tell her or make any recommendations on what she thinks is the best way.
They do that long explanation.
No, it's just you got.
Yeah, just a yes or no.
You got the first black mayor, man. It's just give a man a chance. Give him a chance. Yeah. You know what Philip Inslee said when he was here for Philip said, when you have a basic knowledge of the process, then you underway things, you really have an idea of the way things are done. And here people running for office and running for everything that the office that they're running for. But there are a lot of things that are out there that are really good for the community. Now, if a company come in and got $20 million in a community, if you can bring it back to a research company to go out and do a study, and if they say zone A is probably zone.
Okay, here, bro. Yeah, I agree. You get that long information. Good morning, who's this? Good morning. All right, Mr. Ed. Okay. That's what we do.
But you don't understand, all kind of avenues to turn the community around. It's just like when they was doing that addition on that chapter 4. I asked, why would you use revenue? Why would you use revenue instead of doing what? So not to get you on. You don't use the revenue. Or you got businesses over West Montgomery and established enterprise on. You got business over in East Montgomery that used to live there. What's the problem with this?
Now you've lost me. Good morning, who's this? Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, but if you're off duty, though, if you're off duty, that means you surrender some of that authority, right? No. Well, it's about off duty. Now, were you on the city side or the state side? Okay, well, you know the city side had a little click going one time, don't you? Where they were hamstringing people to pay them X amount of money per hour just to do private duty work. If you on your private time in a city uniform and a city vehicle and something happens, the city is going to be held liable. But you really, when you in that uniform, you on duty. Yeah, you on duty. All right. Hey, appreciate your call, but yeah, I just think how do you find. But anyway, he'll be here tomorrow to explain that. I think $60-something an hour is a hell of a lot of money to sit there with for somebody to break the law. That's a big, especially when the people who normally are getting $30-something an hour, which is not bad money. Why in the world do I want to go chase down people, the bad guy, if I can make $60-something an hour? Giving people, there was a lot of officers at one time that had been used to riding bikes, went to the city and said, look, you know, I like motorcycles. I've been driving bikes all my life. I don't want to be in the car. In the city, you remember, the city started, got motorcycles, and you know, the county also got motorcycles because those guys said, I don't want to be in a vehicle. I can live with my car. And you really need motorcycles too, you know, coming up the track because you do have some people on those fast bikes that you're trying to get away with doing some illegal stuff. But Kevin, you said the right thing. If you're not out breaking law, if you're not out doing criminal mischief stuff, then you don't have to worry. See, you know, if Kevin was a drunk and if Kevin smoked weed, then that's Kevin's own life. I can't control what somebody else does. Cannot control somebody else's personal habit. You know, I have no control over what you decide to do as an individual. I have a hard enough time minding my own business and doing those things that I need to do. You know, for me personally. So, listen, are we we would not be in error if we said you were engaged in a exploratory investigation of whether or not you're going to run.
I could say that statement would be affirmative.
Okay, exploratory. So you haven't decided yay or nay or anything like that.
I'll tell you honestly, I started getting so many calls of people asking me.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Well, I've heard the calls. Well, I have it.
Well, let me take this last call. Good morning, quickly.
A lot of things done.
Yeah.
Okay, baby. My daughter call you. I'm a steak and potato thing. That's a great Kool-Aid. Fried chicken.
Well, Terrence, it's always good to have you. Next time you come, I'm going to assume you'll be let us know that you actually because it's almost May, which means Monday will be May, June, July, August, 90 days out. I'm just saying you might want to get that thing straight. Bye.
I'm gonna be coming in. Time to pay.
That's right.
Time to pay.
So you ain't no candidate yet, so I really come with it for free. Get that candidate thing come on. Hey, I think California's a better one.
Yeah, I mean, you've been doing it so long, man.